Thursday morning around this time means we catch up with Stratford-upon-Avon movie critic James Luxford. Morning, James.
Good morning.
How are you yourself? Everything okay? Good week?
Not too bad, thanks. Yeah, I think we're all gearing up toward the shops opening and a little bit more of back to normal, aren't we?
I think that'd be really good. And certainly, Stratford-upon-Avon, which relies so much, doesn't it, on people coming in and spending their money in that economy there. Welcome return. We've got 3 movies which you've selected for people to occupy the time, immerse themselves in over the weekend, starting, with something that will actually be available on Amazon Prime.
Yes, from Monday it will be Sound of Metal, the Oscar-nominated drama starring Riz Ahmed as a heavy metal drummer who starts to lose his hearing.
Your hearing is deteriorating rapidly.
We'll come back. Till then, Lou, we just keep going, okay?
No.
Lou, let's play tomorrow. Let's see what it's like, okay? I'm gonna be like a click track. You can play to me. I can't hear you. Do you understand me? I can't. I'm deaf. I'm deaf.
Wow, sounds really powerful.
Yes, I mean, this is done so well in the awards season. It's been nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor. And for me, it's Riz Ahmed that makes the whole thing work. He's just electrifying in the role. I think he's one of the most exciting stars in Britain, probably in cinema at the moment. He also got a BAFTA for this, and so well deserved. A look at a serious subject with so much humanity and energy to it. I think it's well worth checking out.
Yeah, you mentioned the awards season. We had the Screen Actors Guild, the SAG Awards, didn't we, over the Easter weekend? A quick word on some of those, and particular, again, some of the British references in there and those that picked up awards from that.
Yeah, really good. I think a fantastic year for British winners, isn't it? And I think it's the Trial of the Chicago 7 did very well, and so many great actors. And I think what we were talking about in the lead up to all of this is a different kind of a movie being honoured because of the big hitters being absent, and the more sort of quote unquote profitable films being saved for next year. You've got much more interesting movies, such as The Sound of Metal, being pushed forward and given a spotlight.
Good to see Daniel Kaluuya also getting some recognition. Of course, co-star with Chadwick Boseman, who was again honoured posthumously, co-star with him in Black Panther and his movie. I don't know whether you mentioned this with Lorna last week. I might have missed Judas and the Black Messiah. If you haven't already, that having seen little snippets of that, already looks like it's going to make Daniel Kaluuya a massive star in Hollywood.
Absolutely. He's just an enormously talented actor, one of those people I would compare to someone like Oscar Isaac, who came up through very interesting supporting roles, and obviously lead roles like Get Out, but is always just sort of bubbling under the surface. And I think this puts him into the really big leagues of acting. And of course, Chadwick Boseman, I feel like there's going to be a lot of accolades for it, not just because it's of what's happened in a kind of tribute, but because of his wonderful performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's just a great film, a great performance, and a really wonderful actor.
Good stuff. Those are the SAG Awards on Easter Monday. Let's go back to another pick from you. This is available on demand from Friday. It's called Palm Springs.
Yes, Andy Samberg and Kristen Milioti play 2 guests at a wedding who are trapped in a loop living the same day over and over.
Guess you followed me. It's one of those infinite time loop situations you might have heard about.
That I might have heard about.
Yeah. The second you fall asleep, it all just goes back to the start.
I drove all the way back home to Austin, and I still woke up here.
We kind of have no choice but to live.
No, I'm gonna get out of this.
Suit yourself. See you tomorrow.
It's gonna be a beautiful wedding.
Sounds a bit like Groundhog Day. Is it?
It is. It absolutely borrows that Groundhog Day time loop concept, but puts it. And I think we've all been at guests at a wedding where perhaps we maybe looking at our watch and quite into the nuptials, as it were. So it's that kind of situation where you are a guest with sort of a loose connection to the bride and groom, and maybe it's not your favorite thing. So it's a more of a socially awkward Groundhog Day, but just so funny. And Andy Samberg, who you may know from the TV show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, just terrific here. If you're a fan of his, this is well worth checking out. I think it's a very sweet and well written and very cleverly acted take on a familiar formula.
Palm Springs, available on demand from Friday. And another pick for Friday. For your final suggestion this morning, James, this is on Film 4 on Friday night.
Yes, Friday, 6:50 on Film 4. It's Suffragette, a historical drama starring Carey Mulligan as a housewife whose life is changed by the rise of the suffragette movement.
For 50 years, we have laboured peacefully to secure the vote for women. We've been ridiculed, battered, and ignored.
Punish those responsible, whatever way you can.
All my life, I've done what men told me. Well, I can't have that anymore.
Carey Mulligan, another one of those British talents that's really getting recognised. Again, nominated at SAG and the Oscars. You might have seen her in The Dig recently. What's she like in this, James?
Yes, she's terrific. As you say, really highlighted this year for The Dig and Promising Young Woman, couple of movies looking for awards this season. And she's just terrific here in an all-star drama alongside Helena Bonham Carter, Ben Whishaw, and you just heard there Meryl Streep in a very small role. It's one of those things where they put her on the poster, but she only pops up in a couple of scenes as Emmeline Pankhurst, the great campaigner. It's a fictionalized take on the movement, but I think one of those films that really captures and pays tribute to the spirit of that great time that brought about so much positive change.
Good stuff. James, as ever, thanks so much for your suggestions, your thoughts and your observations there, and we'll speak again same time next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
James Luxford, a BBC CWR movie critic based in Stratford-upon-Avon. His pick of movies for this coming weekend.
On BBC Two.
Let the digger